This is the world's longest-running syndicated urban radio program. It is called The Countdown. My name's Walt Baby Love, and please help me welcome to the Countdown Studios a young lady by the name of A. Marie. On the Countdown Hotline, it's Justin Timberlake, a personal friend of mine, Mr. Stevie Wonder. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, Walt. How you doing?
Our next guest is one of the first African Americans to have a nationally syndicated radio program. Many of you know him from his past radio show called The Countdown. Today, he touches millions of listeners every week with his gospel show titled Gospel Tracks. I met him through a mutual friend and my mentor, the late great radio broadcaster, Guy Brody. Our next guest is a dear friend of mine, and he's also my other mentor. I call him Uncle Walt. Let's welcome him to the show, Reverend Walt Baby Love. How's it going, Uncle Walt?
Oh, thank you so much, Dexter. It's great to be here. We're doing fine, and it's wonderful to be with you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you.
Uncle Walt, you know it's always a pleasure. But coming up next, we have a tribute to the late Congressman John Lewis. And I spoke with you a few weeks ago offline, and you mentioned to me that you had a chance to meet him. Tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about that.
Well, let me tell you, I met him 2 years ago. I went to do a speaking engagement for a nonprofit organization in Augusta, Georgia. And when the people asked me to come and be a speaker, but also be a host of this program, I said to them, "You said John Lewis is going to be there?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "He's one of my favorite people. I'd like to meet him." I said, "If you guarantee me I can sit at the same table with him when I'm not on stage, I will come and co-host and be the MC of your program." So I got to meet him that way. And he was very kind, very humble. Little did I know, he told me that he had been listening to my Countdown for years and Gospel Tracks. And he said, "You know, I've always wanted to meet you." And I said, "Sir, it's my privilege that God has allowed me to meet you." I mean, it just really humbled me, Dexter, and it was beautiful.
Uncle Walt, it's all good. And we want to thank you for being a part of this program. And we want to thank you for touching so many lives in media and in ministry through the years. You know how we do it, Uncle Walt. We'll be in contact through phone, text messaging, virtual, email. But until next time, God bless you. God keep you is our prayer. This is a segment we call Blast from the Past. We would like to pay tribute to the late Congressman John Lewis. He was a great civil rights leader. He's posing in this 2015 photo with the Southern University Ag Center 4-H Youth Ambassador. Her name is John Lewis. She spells it Jon. But however, they're not related. How ironic this is that they bumped into each other at an Atlanta airport. She was chosen by the Southern University Ag Center to travel from Louisiana to Washington, D.C., to represent and be a voice for her peers and to guide her community and others into living healthier lifestyles through nutrition and physical fitness. Now let's get back to John Lewis, the congressman. He was the son of sharecroppers in rural Alabama. As a young child, he wanted to be a preacher, and as time went on, he became involved with the civil rights movement. Lewis was a part of the Big Six group who organized the March on Washington in 1963. 2 years later, he led the first of 3 marches from Selma to Montgomery, which is approximately 51 miles apart, across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. As they were marching, a violent incident occurred. Law enforcement officers attacked the marchers, which included Lewis, who received serious injuries, including a fractured skull. This Sunday is now known as Bloody Sunday. But through it all, Lewis continued to fight for civil rights for all who were being denied. Congressman John Lewis served 17 terms from 1987 to 2020. At this time, we would like to say thank you for your service.
600 of us tried to march from Selma to Montgomery. I thought we were going to be arrested in jail. I didn't have any idea that we would be beaten. But I thought I was going to die on that bridge. I thought I saw death. And somehow, some force, and maybe God Almighty kept me here to continue to find a way to get in the way and get in good trouble.